Hello everyone and welcome to The Hunt. Today's video is going to be a super long documentary, I suppose you could say, on my experience through all the different games that I played. Be sure to stick around until the end so you can see which games I missed as well. It looks really daunting, doesn't it, seeing all these empty portals. We are going to go through all of them. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. So the first game that I want to look at is Pet Simulator. Now this was dead easy for me because I've played this game before. All you had to do was join into the game and reach area 20. And that's pretty easy, I think. Can't really remember, but I've already done that. So I didn't have to do anything and I could just move on to the next badge. The next game that I did was Arsenal, and this was an amazing one. The developers put so much effort into this event, with voice lines, a huge custom map, and lots of gameplay. I really enjoyed this one.
Remember, you want to avoid enemy eyes. Seems the door to the server room is locked. You're going loud from now on. It's a helicopter! Hurry! Run! You're lucky to be alive. Get the rocket launcher. That helicopter is back. Take it down.
Then I did Lumberjack Tycoon 2. I love this game, I play this a lot in my spare time, and this was such a weird event. You needed to get the attendant in the Woodara shop, Tom, his egg. And his egg was found from this monstrosity in a cave. The next game I played was Please Donate. Now, this did have a couple of bugs, like sometimes the menus didn't work, so I just had to kind of leave and rejoin. But other than that, this was a pretty good event.
Hey there, young adventurer. You've got a heart as big as your spirit, friend.
The next game, Natural Disasters. Now, this one was a bit frustrating. On each map that spawned, there was 2 or 3 clocks that you'd have to pick up. Only one person could pick up each clock. So you had to keep playing until you could get 3 yourself. And once you got the clock, you also had to survive with it. A lot of people were stealing them from right in front of me. Restaurant Tycoon was simply just playing the game. It was a bit underwhelming, to be honest, because I really liked this game. I played the original. I didn't play the sequel that we had to do the hunt for here. The next game was Piggy, and I really enjoyed this one. By the time I'd done it, they made it a lot easier than it was previously, because it started off being super difficult. People complained anyway. So you first had to get the yellow key, open that door, and then there was different coordinates scattered about around the map on papers. You had to collect these and input them at the end of the game. And there was also directions along with the coordinates. They were also on pages that you had to find. I just did the coordinates because it was just a bit easier. The other people had already done the directions before I could. But there we go. So if you didn't see then, I just got all 3 coordinate papers. And then you had to go down onto the ground floor over here and take it into the space capsule. Then you type in the coordinates on the wall to the right. You had to input the directions, but they'd already done that. There we go. That was pretty easy. And then it lands in this map over here, and this is a bit more complex. There's 3 monsters now chasing you. You had to go around clicking all the purple buttons to open the doors, I think. I didn't really know much what was going on because a lot of other people were doing things for me. Well, basically, you had to get this red key over here, open the door, and then you could get the elevator key. You had to go to each elevator and gather which number it gave. So I got 1337. And 28. Then you had to go up to this room over here with the green key. Someone kept stealing that every time, so I couldn't get footage of me grabbing it. And then on the safe here, you had to type in those numbers. So the first wheel was 3, the second wheel was 8, and the third wheel was 7. There you go, you got the badge. Not too bad. I accidentally didn't film the first half of Treasure Hunt Simulator, but it's okay because you didn't miss anything. Simply, you just had to go round and collect 3 chests. They were found at different depths in the sands. It wasn't difficult at all. Like, look at that. I found it immediately. Once you break it, it took a lot of damage in fairness, so that could be difficult to new players. That was it. You got the badge. Simple. Car Crushers 2, if you'd never played this game before, it was just to complete the intro mission. For me, this was really easy because I'd already done half of it. I've never really played many of the missions, but I've played the game a lot. So I just got the badge immediately, similar to Pet Simulator. But they did have a second quest line where you could go and earn a rocket booster UGC to go on your back. So I decided to do this because I love this game. I want to collect all the merch I can. This was just about win a few rounds in Derby and then just destroy a load of specific vehicles that it asked for. Similar to Arsenal, it was clear that the RB Battles team had gone to a lot of effort for this event.
Win 1 round or play 3 consecutive rounds, and I'll give you the shard. A deal's a deal. Here's the shard as promised.
What? Who are you? It seems that you've been getting yourself into trouble again, haven't you? Looks like we're having a rap battle. Let's go. Hey, battler. Are you a time traveler? Stepping through dimensions? A mystery unraveler? Mr. B, the bee man with the plan, teaching laws of physics, from gravity to tin cans. We heard a slam, but this isn't poetry. It might as well be with the knowledge you're showing me. Hey, Battler, are you a time traveler? Stepping through dimensions, a mystery unraveler. Hey, Battler, you're a rat tattler. Sending all the rats to detention like a cattle herd. Hey, Battler.
Next, we had Survive the Killer. This game was really easy. You just had to come into the basement over here and find this energy core. It didn't matter if you got killed, you just need to escape holding the energy core. And that's what I did. I just hid in the locker in the corner of the map next to the door, waited for the exits to open, and we all escaped. You can see we're all holding the energy cores over here. Okay, so for the next game, Spray Paint then, it was just a scavenger hunt to find the 10 missing cans. And then a lot of people were complaining about the steep steps game mode. I have played this game in the past. I really like it, so I didn't find this too difficult, but I can definitely see how some people would really struggle with this. This person fell with my ladder, so we all had to restart. For Barry's prison run, the Obby, this was really easy once again. You had to complete the first 3 stages, roughly, I think. And then you just had to collect 10 donuts while you were being chased by the prison officer. It wasn't difficult at all. I don't know what I was expecting from Catalog Avatar Creator, but it wasn't this. This was like an OG Roblox game mode where I played Capture the Flag, and I'm pretty sure you just had to win 1 round, and we did that somehow. I didn't feel like I did much, but at least I participated somewhat. I have no idea what this game was. It was Strongman Simulator. This game wasn't particularly hard. I was just kind of dragging an egg around this obby. Drive World was quite easy. First, I had to go over to the junkyard and pick up my trailer with the car chassis in it. Then I had to go back and forth between the other junkyards, bringing back more car parts to assemble it. Had to do this about 3 or 4 times. This next game, called Need More Friends, was fun. I don't have much to say about it. It was just a mix of obbies and scavenger hunts and finding numbers. Enjoy. Bedwars was also really enjoyable. It was a new game mode where you had to fight other people but also go around collecting eggs. I'm still awful at Bedwars, so that made for some potentially entertaining content. The winning team needed 200 eggs, but I'm pretty sure to get the badge, I just needed to collect 20 eggs. Because I got it before we had finished. The floor is lava. This game was very frustrating to play. This was one of the first games which I experienced where there was a chance of having the game mode that you needed to get the badge, which is very frustrating. It means you have to play quite a while to get it. So it doesn't matter on any of these game modes that I'm playing currently. And I just want to talk about this person. There was this difficult one where you just had to stand on trees, and he, for some reason, decides to come over and try and knock my tree over. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to get over here. You nearly killed me. But then he just kills himself. Like, learn to stand still, dude. Like, he just is too restless. He's just killing himself by jumping between the trees. That was his fault. And I won. But anyway, that didn't matter. What did matter was the fact that we got the hunt event. But for some reason, it decided to kill me as it spawned in the map. So I didn't have to do it, and I had to play 12 million times until I could get into a server which had the event again. Okay, and so for Driving Empire, you just had to go around, collect 30 eggs, and complete 3 races. This was really easy as the eggs were abundant. There was more than 30 there, and you just had to pick the 30 that you wanted to, really. And completing 3 races, I just found the shortest one possible, and just raced myself 3 times, and I got the badge. And for Funky Friday, it was just simply to play 4 songs. I'm not good at this game. I'm good at row beats. I like rhythm games. But it didn't matter for your score. You just simply had to play the games. So it was fine. By the end, I'd also found out that you could play the music at 2 times speed just to make it go a bit quicker. After probably around a 5-hour session of playing, I called day 1 there. On day 2, I don't think I played quite as much, but I still got a good amount done. Car Dealership Tycoon was similar to Driving Empire, where it was simply just another scavenger hunt. Undead Defense Tycoon was pretty fun. It did feel like I was just playing the game, but the game wasn't too boring, so it was okay. This next game is called Military Tycoon, which is pretty similar to the game that I played after this called War Tycoon. Out of the two, I think this had the better integration for the hunt. And like I said, here we are for War Tycoon. This had literally the same mission as Military Tycoon, to go around and find some crates in the map. This game was harder, as Military Tycoon had more crates than you needed to find. But in terms of regular gameplay, I prefer this game.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me.
Mega Mansion Tycoon was literally just playing the game. It was the lamest excuse for a hunt event ever.
Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky.
Elemental Powers Tycoon also kind of felt like playing the game, but at least in this one they had added a custom boss, which was the Core Blocks guy. By this point, I've kind of reached a lot of games which are just kind of playing them instead of custom missions. Spongebob Simulator is a game fam game, and it's literally just SpongeBob branded pet simulator. Mega Hide and Seek was just to win 2 rounds. It was fairly easy. I found the best spot in this entire map up here behind this plant pot. The hunter was coming, so I just ran through the teleporter right next to me. And I decided to stand on the other side of this briefcase in case the hunter came out of that teleport there. But then I was AFK and didn't realize that the hunter was bouncing up towards me and killed me straight away. So I had to redo that round. Greenville was another scavenger hunt, but it was really fun as I love driving games. This game did take a while as it involved a lot of driving, but I enjoyed that, so it was fine.
I wanna know your dark side. I wanna know your secrets. I wanna be your lifeline. So I wait for you, wait for me. Wait for you, wait for me. Tell me you're more than just a highlight. Pretty pictures on the outside. I hate to stare at you through these lights. So I wait for you, wait for me. Wait for you, wait for me. Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm a
Toilet Tower Defense is such a strange game. I would love to know who thought of that. This was a scavenger hunt again, finding eggs, and it wasn't too bad overall. I don't know why, it just wasn't one of my favorite games. I think there were better ones out there. Escape the Run Ahead was super easy. It was just to beat the first 3 stages. The next game I played was Cheese Tower Defense, and that was just to beat their Easter event. Tower Defense Simulator was quite fun. I just used some OP soldiers and I just completely demolished everything. And then in this event, there were 2 games, the Bike of Hell and an Obby, but you're on a bike. I did the Bike of Hell first, and this game wasn't too bad. I was lucky that I joined in as soon as the Hunt game mode was spawned in. But apparently this was similar to the Floor is Lava, where there was only a chance of getting the Hunt map. These first 2 days were probably the most fun. At this point, I'm now kind of playing for the purpose of finishing the event. The past 2 days were on the weekend. Day 3 was after school. That's why once again I did even less. Next up, I had Emergency Hamburg, and this was a good game, except for the fact they didn't really give you any guidance for new players on how to play. I didn't really know what I was doing. Also, what kind of car game doesn't let you knock over signs? It was a bit frustrating. Then I had Metro Life, which I completely forgot I'd even done because it took like 2 minutes. Then I had Maple Hospital, which was just a little wholesome storyline. It wasn't too bad. I do kind of wish the voice lines had audio, but that's the only issue that I have with it. Legends of Speed was similar to Metro Life before, where it literally took less than 2 minutes. Redcliff City was okay, except for the fact the cars were painfully slow. This was just another scavenger hunt. SCP Roleplay was really high quality. It had really good voice lines with audio, and really good graphics too.
And I'll be guiding you through this mission. It will turn any mirror into a portal to another dimension. It looks like you will need to find the relic to reactivate it and escape. find you.
Collect All Pets was just a complete rip-off of Pet Simulator. I noticed that as soon as I joined in, especially because of the fact that they actually used Pet Simulator music. It was an alright game, but it wasn't my favourite. Snowboard Obby was a good game, but I just thought the mission was a bit basic. It was to complete the first 100 levels of the normal game, so there was nothing original for the hunt. Berry Avenue was a simple little mission similar to Maple Hospital, but it just didn't take as long. Gunfight Arena was a fun PvP game. It just took quite a while to collect all the items that were dropped by dead people. It was frustrating that others could collect the items that were dropped from your kills. Lumberjack Simulator was simply just an idle clicker game. It was the first of 3 which were literally the identical game. LifeTogether Roleplay was actually quite fun. They had some really good tech on taking the pictures with your phone. I really liked that. Once again, Big Paintball was just playing the game. ERLC was fine. It was another scavenger hunt, just like pretty much all of the other car games. For a Wolf or other, I was really lucky that I was A, joined into a small server, and B, pretty much just spawned on top of the egg. In this, basically, you had to collect the egg and then survive the round. This game is basically just another murder mystery / Among Us ripoff. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, there was literally just 2 people that I had to kill, and I got the badge. Easy. I didn't like this game at all. It was really difficult, and the servers were just full of sweats, so I had to bring in my alt account to help me finish. First, I needed to grind to level 15, which just meant auto-clicking for like 10 minutes. And then I needed to kill 2 people in quick succession. So I just had to bring 2 alts next to each other and kill them that way. My restaurant was fun. It was just another to play the game normally, but I enjoyed this game. In my opinion, it was a lot better than Restaurant Tycoon. I'm not sure why. I was really pleased how much I got done on day 4 in comparison to how much time I had. Dragon Adventures was quite straightforward. It was just to follow the story and kill a few enemies. The survival game was a bit of a pain. This game looks really fun, but to complete the hunt mission, you had to collect treasure that was guarded by an enemy. This enemy was spawned randomly around the map, and it showed you where he was on the map, which was good. When I first joined in, it was in this winter area, where you got damaged by the snow and the cold, so it made it impossible to beat. So in the end, I just rejoined and managed to do it first try. I have nothing really to say about Super League Soccer. It was literally just to complete 2 rounds. I didn't get any interesting footage at all, so you can have a 10-second montage. I was really scared about Sonic Speed Simulator, considering what it was like during army battles. But it honestly wasn't bad at all. It was just to collect 100 gems that spawned around the map. And it wasn't a scavenger hunt at all, they just spawned abundantly.
Fill me out with your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down.
My Hello Kitty Cafe was actually really easy. I could have played this and probably done it quicker, but after playing Restaurant Tycoon and My Restaurant, I really couldn't be bothered. And because the game already gave me 2 servers to do everything, I just stayed AFK for 10 minutes and got the badge. The minigame inside Bayside High School was a rhythm game, which I really enjoyed. Ultimate Football was an absolute pain. It was the most cash grabby game out of them all. It was literally to complete 2 games or 8 quarters. But obviously this game is American football, so games last forever. The game had an active server list. I hopped through them to games which had less than 30 seconds left on the timer, and that counted as me playing the quarter, so I could just do that 8 times and I'd be done. I don't really understand what Livetopia's mission was. It did seem to be designed to just make you spend as much time as possible. There were many instances where you were literally just waiting for 30 seconds to a minute. After being forced into a tutorial, Wild Horse Island's mission wasn't actually that bad. It was just to complete one race on your horse. It was just a pain because the horse was incredibly slow. At the time, I found Carry the Frame really frustrating, but in hindsight, it was actually a really fun game, to be fair. I played with my ult just to make it easier.
On this journey we will find our souls begin to intertwine. Your heart of gold so pure, divine, and I lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my desire. A heart of gold forged to inspire. It's Starfire. It's Starfire. On this journey we will find our souls begin to intertwine. Your heart of gold so pure, divine, and
Now I've got to the end. As you can see, it's trying to make me invite my friends to the game to claim this UGC. This is really misleading, as this is not actually to get the hunt badge. You need to walk into this portal, which I did completely accidentally. Club Roblox just had some easy obbies. I did find its story quite funny. Muscle Legends was once again just to click about 100 times and you're done. Deadly Decisions was really frustrating to actually get the hunt map. I could tell in the server that I was in, a lot of people had been there for a while, so they all unanimously knew how to do things. Like, on battles against the two sides, everyone goes on the same side, so nobody loses. This play session was my second attempt, and luckily I managed to get it at this time.
Buying things online and it's not like we need them. We don't need them. So can we just slow down? The only thing I'll do is lay here next to you. We need to slow down. Embrace the love we found for you and I was safe and sound.
I didn't expect anything different from Royale High, really. It was a really easy game. It was just to collect a load of eggs that spawn randomly around a small map. Day 5 was much more productive. When I mentioned about 3 games being practically identical for Lumberjack Simulator, Pull the Sword was the second out of those 3. This game was immensely frustrating. First of all, it had a fake loading screen at the beginning of the game to make you immediately spend an extra minute than you needed to. And because this game had a separate event arena for the hunt, pets and swords that you earned in the normal game did not carry over, which meant you had to spend so much time in the event arena trying to get the badge. Even pets that you bought with event currency didn't work in the event arena. That's how much of a scam this was. For the final boss, the game also recommends the strength that you need. That's completely made up, as I did that with like 5,000 strength less than you needed. I can definitely tell that Twilight Daycare is going to be a popular game for maybe younger kids, but it's definitely not one for me. It's basically just work at a nursery. I did find the game was quite well made. War Machines was actually a really high quality game. I could see myself playing this in my own time. As you killed enemies, they dropped shards and you just had to collect those. Dress to Impress was to collect 20 bunnies, play around, and collect another 20 bunnies. It's not a large map at all, so they're not hard to find. Murderers vs. Sheriffs, I can definitely tell, is heavily inspired by Murder Mystery 2, but it was a really fun game.
Calm before the storm. Things aren't as they were before. Your past are Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. Tides are changing. Can you hear this sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. About to change this evolution. Voices shut the ground, you feel it moving. We the revolution.
Once again, Ninja Legends was another game where you clicked for about 100 times and then you get the badge. A lot of people struggled with Project Smash, as only one person could get the badge, I think, every 5 minutes, as there was only one egg that spawned during that time, and only one person could collect that egg. World Zero was okay. A lot of games had the idea that you slay enemies and then you collect items that they drop to get the badge. World Zero did this, and it was okay, but I just think it's a bit cheap, to be honest. However, World Zero, it didn't take too long to complete. I found a tip from YouTube to enter a dungeon, so there's way more enemies just right in front of you, and it takes much less time to find them. I've never seen a game on Roblox quite like Combat Warriors. It's like a melee fighting simulator, it's quite fun. Just beware, some of this gameplay is a little bit gory, so feel free to skip ahead. I have no idea what was going on in Shindo Life. I know it was a scavenger hunt to find, I think, 8 eggs. But I literally did nothing. I flew around for like 30 seconds, and everyone else in the server did it for me. It was great. I did love the cutscenes that came with this event, though.
I've come to collect my 9 missing eggs.
The egg mine now.
You will pay the price for stealing what belongs to me.
Tsunami Game simply involved walking for like 20 miles. All-Star Tower Defense was to simply complete one level, similar to lots of others. I've never played Blade Ball before. I must admit I don't really understand the game. I know that you block the ball when it's flying towards you. I just don't understand why sometimes it doesn't hit, even though I hit it. And after about 70 games, I was getting tired and I couldn't be bothered trying to learn a new game, so I just joined in a private server with my alt and completed it that way. They were free, so I didn't spend anything on it. Break-In Story 2 was good. I do like story games, I just think it was a little bit slow. And I do wish they made a story for the hunt instead of just making you play the normal one.
Scary Larry's body has gone missing after his defeat. We are preparing 3 waves of backup to defeat them once and for all. Our new leader is Scary Mary.
In Warrior Cats, you are a cat in an open world and you have to collect 3 eggs. Not my type of game, but it did look really detailed and the models of the cats were really good. Swordburst 3 was so frustrating. It was very similar to World 0, where you had to slay different animals, and they would drop eggs. You had to collect 25 eggs to get the badge. But I would say less than 1 in 4 would drop the egg. So that meant that you had to spend such a long time killing as many as you could to get the egg. Easily I would have had to kill up to 100 animals to get this badge. Adopt Me was quite fun to do. There was 3 separate mini games, all of which were quite easy. It was definitely a break from some of the other more tiring games. Wrestle Simulator was the third of the games that I mentioned before, with Lumberjack Simulator and Pull a Sword. This was less annoying. This game also had a separate event arena, but it was less annoying than Pull the Sword. It didn't take nearly as long. And I found that you could actually complete the final boss with much less power than you needed, which was good. Overall, Lumberjack Simulator was definitely the better out of all these games. Brookhaven's was just another scavenger hunt. By this point, it's day 6, I was really just trying to get things done. I finished this really late at night. Creatures of Sonaria was also one of them games that isn't really my type. It was basically just to complete some quests and really just play the game as normal. I didn't really get much gameplay that would be interesting to show you, so I'll just give you a little compilation of flying around, because in fairness, the tech was really good. The Mimic just ended up being a collector simulator. I'm pretty sure there was meant to be a monster chasing you round, but I didn't see it once. I could hear it, but maybe it was stuck somewhere. Weapon Fighting Simulator was just another basic one. You just had to hatch like 20 eggs, and that was it. Death Ball was a simple boss fight. It had the same mechanics of Blade Ball, and I preferred this actually because it seemed like a lot of effort had gone into making this boss fight. It was really fun and I actually enjoyed playing it. It was difficult, but that was okay. It did take a couple of tries. In Anime Dimension Simulator, you just had to defeat 2 lobbies.
If we are one grain of sand in the middle of the ocean, can you try to understand how a touch can cause explosions? Rise up. I'm too great to be landed. Rise up. We're too great to be standing.
They never gonna stop us, fly at 'em like choppers, better cook those risks, cold blood in my fists, we fire starters, one out of a million will reach those heights, always had a feeling that I won't deny, not work, never toss, look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, rise.
Astro Renaissance was a bit of a strange game, I will be honest. I must admit I couldn't really understand the storyline. There was a lot of just random words kind of strung together. I didn't really know what it meant. There was shards and rifts and energy core. I don't know, honestly. It was just a bit convoluted. I think it could have been a lot simpler. The gameplay felt a little bit slow, but other than that, it was okay. One problem I did have though, this boss at the end, the gun for fighting it was really bad. Sometimes it just wouldn't register your shots. Now, the game 3008 was super duper fun. I've never played this game before. I've seen it appear on my recommended, but I've never known what it was about. It was basically an SCP backdoors kind of game where it's just an infinite IKEA. I loved it. I definitely want to play this again, and I would have invested a lot more time into the hunt for this game if it wasn't like 2:30 in the morning, and I was wanting to sleep. But I was also wanting to get this done. Dungeon Quest was pretty similar to Anime Dimension Simulator. Out of the two games, I'm pretty sure this one is the original. I definitely had flashbacks to the Ready Player 2 event. It was really nostalgic, actually. And in neither of those events was this game actually that difficult. It was just to kill a load of NPCs and then 10 bosses. It was fun but grindy, because to kill 10 bosses did take about half an hour. And if anyone's wondering why I did the Legacy lobby for such a long time, that's because someone online said that it was quicker. Whether that was true, I couldn't tell you. And I can't believe I'm saying it, but that's it. All 95 badges that I did are complete. That is absolutely ridiculous. I have no idea how I managed to get through all of those games. Either way though, overall this event was really good. I definitely have some opinions about it, so I'll talk about them a bit later on. But for now, let's talk about the games that I missed out. Obby, but you're on a bite. This one was quite difficult. You had to beat the first level in a time restriction and then beat the fourth level. On my first attempt, I didn't actually beat the first level because I ran out of time. And I was under the impression that you'd have to beat level 2 and 3 to be able to unlock level 4. I don't think that was true, but I'm still not sure. Either way, I just decided to skip it. It seems to be a common theme that all the sport-related games were so annoying. The problem with Football Fusion 2 was that it involved other people. You had to make a tackle and attempt to catch. Making a tackle was fine because you could just attack any old person that you wanted to, but attempting a catch required someone to throw it to you, and they're not going to do that if they're actually trying to play the game legit. Especially because at the time I was playing this, the hunt was nearly over. There were far fewer people playing the event, so I decided against it. Slap battles, honestly I don't really know what you were meant to do. I watched a tutorial and I just wasn't keen. Total Roblox drama was so frustrating. I only tried it once and I didn't try it again. Basically, it required people to not hate you, because anyone could just vote you out at any time and you'd lose. Because you had to play for about 30 to 40 minutes to get to the point where you could earn the badge. And if you were voted out before that point, there's nothing you could do, you'd have to restart. And I was voted out. So I just decided not to do that one. And doors looked really well made. If I needed to do another badge, I would have definitely done this one. But I had no idea what was going on, and I was really relying on the other players, so I just thought there's not really much point, and I just did something else instead. And technically, a game that I didn't do is the strongest Battlegrounds. However, no one had to do this one, because it was given to everybody for free due to a quote-unquote technical issue. And for real this time, that is every single game of the Roblox Hunt First Edition. In total, I genuinely had almost 25 hours of gameplay footage, which equated to more than 200 gigabytes of storage. My computer is screaming at me. It absolutely hates me. I would say overall, this event definitely had its highs and lows, but it's definitely better than nothing. I think there was some filler games that we really didn't need. Games where it was literally just playing the game as usual. You could honestly say that about 50-60% of them. But then you did have some really good games. And I know this video is coming up really late, it's like coming up to a month ago that this event existed, but it was just a bit of a passion project for me. You know, I wanted to make this video, so I just decided to take my time over it and have fun with it, really. So definitely let me know down in the comments what your favourite game was. Did you participate in this event or not? And do you have high hopes for the next event? Because they are emphasising everywhere that it's the first edition. So it's got to be coming back at some point. Thank you so much for watching my longest video ever on my channel, and I'll see you all in the next one.